So the headline here is breaking 40-plus student organizations at Columbia University announced that they are forming a coalition to make Columbia University to divest from Israel apartheid after the university suspended the SJP and the JVP. That stands for Jewish Voice for Peace. I'm not sure what SJP stands for. And for the first time, Kurt, in many, many years, students at the once radical Columbia University are standing up for something besides recess. So it's nice. So what started this? Columbia and Barnard College faculty, they held a huge protest in front of the president's office today, supporting the student groups Columbia SJP and Columbia JVP, banned by the university for speaking out for Palestinian rights and for supporting the right to academic freedom.
Wait, wasn't this the thing you were talking about with Glenn Greenwald? Or
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So when are you guys in the alphabet agencies going to realize that lying to us doesn't really work the way it used to? Hiring all those people sprinkled through the media and entertainment, paying them to lie to us, it isn't working, and it just makes the one doing the lying look like the pieces of shit that they are to everybody. Not remotely worth the money that they are getting paid. When will they start defending us again? Right? When will you
agencies?
No. The people.
What?
So there's more to this. So we tried to deliver a list of demands to the president of Columbia University.
Oh, he didn't feel safe, I bet.
But they locked the doors to the library. In my 25 years at Columbia, this is the first time I've seen the president lock out their own faculty.
I mean,
here's the pictures of them. There they are.
I'm sure you've seen all kinds of affronts at Columbia, though, haven't you? It's just this one bothers you now. Columbia is famous for their
So there they are.
It's the death of woke, everybody. I guess enjoy that part of it.
So everybody knows where this is headed once you start telling teachers that they can't speak out. We know just enough about history, no matter how stupid you tried to make us. We caught you repeating this pattern that every fascist does. We see you, you lucky sloths. Almost everyone does now. You're losing everything everywhere, and you're losing it all at once. You pulled the wrong Jenga piece out by piling too many scary things on top of us all at once.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Thank God you are so stupid. Thank the deity of your choice. Don't you realize that what this makes you? When people have to document what you cannot do to us? Don't you know what side of history that this puts you on? Did they promise you that nothing was going to go wrong when you pulled all this shit on us? How many more things do they need to get wrong before you realize what you look like? So here it is. Here's the list of demands. The Barnard Teachers College and Columbia, this is what they want. Affirm their commitment to freedom of speech and to the right to assembly, and reverse actions that involve unlawful censorship of all discrimination against students, faculty, and staff. That's one.
Wow, now they're into it. I love now we like that. Now we like that. The thing about when they start telling teachers they can't say what they want. No, that happened to Brett Weinstein quite some time ago.
Yes.
And that's why people hate his guts to this day.
That's right.
Because they did to him because he said, no, you can't have a racially segregated day
on school. You can't just have a day.
And they go, but the students of color don't feel, and by the way, in Washington.
I know.
The students of color, I guess the 5 of them don't feel safe. Sound familiar? The I don't feel safe? So this was to divide everybody. So that's great. I hope they stick with it. No, they won't.
No, they won't.
Just like the right-wingers ain't going to stick with it.
The right-wingers didn't stick with their freedom of speech. Here we go. Number 2. Overturn the suspension or sanction of students, groups, and the censorship of faculty-run websites, and roll back on-campus policing and surveillance, all of which have taken place outside normal procedural rules. Number 3, withdraw recent policies that circumvent faculty consultation and oversight regarding student protests, events, student suspensions, and disciplinary actions against student group activities. Boy, they've really screwed the poo. This is close to Kent State.
This is actually great because these people, and they're right, they should do all this.
They should do
They
all.
don't have a leg to stand on. Remember Title IX?
Remember that?
That's
Yeah.
a big Columbia. They were all on the side of doing all this to everybody else. So now, and this is an important thing, they're right that this should happen. But that's the goal, is to get you to fight with the ideological opposites so that you never have a leg to stand on for important things like this. And they don't. And they're not gonna do
Because
what
you're
they want.
saying, what you're actually saying, Kurt, is that the people who are demanding these things have shown that they don't stand for these things.
Very heartily.
When it came to things like Brett Weinstein,
They
when
thought
it came
they were going to conquer the whiteys or whatever dumb thing.
When you say Title IX, you mean like how they stood against women instead of standing for Title IX, which is standing for women.
No, Title IX was garbage. That was the thing where they can throw you out of school. It was like a Me Too. Me Too actually.
What was
Title IX that Trump got rid of? Good for him.
What was I thought Title IX.
Columbia had Mattress Girl, the girl that claimed that she had been raped at the college.
Oh, remember that?
And the guy was thrown out and sued and won because no, he didn't.
No, right.
It was a lie.
That was a lie.
Title IX says, and that was Obama and Biden, and they said, oh yeah, they could just say it. You have a tribunal. You can't face your accuser. You can't question them, and you're out. That's what Title IX was.
Oh.
And Biden brought it back. The guy that grabs him by the pussy accusations himself brought it back. And Betsy DeVos, who's a scumbag, by the way, but to her credit, she got rid of that. They were all for that. I promise you, all of them. Oh, how about if you didn't think women have dicks? I think they do.
So that's
Don't get me wrong.
Well,
but
Title
if you
IX,
didn't, you're out.
Title IX, I'm looking at Wikipedia, is the most commonly used name for the federal civil rights law in the United States that was enacted as part of Title IX of the Education Amendments of 72. It prohibits sex-based discrimination in any school or any other education program that receives funding from the federal government.
They made that to get rid of due process.
So I thought I always thought Title IX is what made women's sports possible on college campuses because they had to have parity, just like that.
It's an addendum or something. Then they kept calling it Title IX.
And now they went against that part of it because there are 4 biological males in women's spaces.
I didn't even think of that. You're right.
That's what I thought you were saying.
No, I bet a lot of stuff's been jammed into that title.
So yeah,
I'll bet you a lot.
So they sometimes they're for Title IX, sometimes they're against Title IX. They're for Title IX. They're for Title IX with Mattress Girl, but they're against it when it comes to women's spaces and women's sports. They're for biological cock ladies to be involved in women's sports.
And I am as well.
And I am too. I think it's fantastic.
It's finally, women get better at things.
Finally, women's sports are exciting. They're breaking records. I can't wait for I can't wait for cock ladies to be in basketball.
They're not?
Well, not the ones that I've seen. Have you ever watched women's basketball?
Title IX.
Is there?
Yeah, Betsy DeVos finalized regulations against.
It's so the game is all based on jumping, and women it's like they jump like that. They can't.
You didn't see the clip?
Most of those women playing college basketball can jump over a Sunday newspaper. Let's give it to them.
I mean, they say white men can't jump, but.
But anyway, there's more to it. But who cares? Because they want to create a joint commission for anti-Semitism, Islamophobia, anti-Palestinian and anti-Arab racism, and doxing and bullying on campus with faculty who are scholars and researchers across these fields. So it took this for them to actually realize how effed up that they've been. So they're finally standing up for, but again, will they stay with it? Just like the Ben Shapiros didn't stay with what they wanted. So they wanted over this. But we'll see. So
it is just manipulation of Title IX back and forth this whole time.
It is.
Title IX, I didn't even know it's what, because I only saw with the story. It was always Title IX, but there's provisions that they added to it. And that was Obama that did it. Then Betsy DeVos rolled it back. Then Biden put it back. Didn't even occur to me that would also cover the sports thing.
Yes.
But it probably...
And they violated the Title IX with the trans with the cock ladies playing female sports.
I say women plus. I prefer.
I like that women plus, but I'm supportive of the women's plus.
I drink White Claws. There won't ever be a controversy about a woman plus on a can of White Claw. People assume I'm some kind.
I support biological males in all female spaces and all female sports
in combat sports first and foremost.
Right, definitely. You don't support that, Misha? Oh, definitely in MMA too.
Yeah.
That's the best. I like
I
when
think
they.
the one woman should have to make the woman plus woman a sandwich when she loses.
I was watching an MMA video of a trans lady who won an MMA, and they went to the interview. And they were like, "Hey, so what did you think?" I'm coming. I'm telling you. I'm telling all
That's real?
all the ladies. Yes.
Who was it?
I don't know the name, but I'm coming, and they better be out. I'm here, and I'm real, and I'm coming. I'm like, no kidding.
Yeah.
No kidding.
About time.
That's what I say. Now women's MMA is more exciting. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
No one can ever say I'm not a supporter of the trans ladies in female spaces, because I am.
I always knew what was missing from women's stuff in general. It was a penis.
That's exactly right.
They finally recognized.
I mean, you don't think that ladies have penises. That is so 2015. Hey, come see us doing a live stand-up show. We'll be in Burbank, California, Oxnard, California, Venice, California, Palmdale, California. Then we're going to Omaha, Des Moines, Milwaukee, Lansing, Bend, Oregon, Portland, Oregon, Seattle, and Boston, Massachusetts. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for all those tickets.